Hi, I'm Rocco Stano, and welcome to StoryMakers. Where are you going? I think my friend Yuyi can help you.
Hi, come over here. Hi, little Benedita.
I think that might be Bright Star from Yuyi Morales' book.
Yes, Rocco, that's Bright Star. Her name in Spanish is Lucero.
Welcome to StoryMakers and welcome Bright Star. Can you tell us a little bit about the book?
Yes, I can tell you about the book. This book is about a little deer who is in a journey and she's going with her mother looking for all the things that she needs, like water, like food, like shelter, like a place where she can thrive. And this is a story that takes place in the Sonoran Desert, which is between the United States and Mexico, a place that we usually call the border.
The border? You mean the border between two places?
Yes, like where Mexico is and also the United States is, there is a line that tells you whether you are in one side or the other, and we call that the border. But I always have a hard time understanding like where I really am, because to me the whole place is a good place for me. I can be really happy in Mexico or I can be really happy in the United States. And sometimes when we have something that divides us, sometimes we get hurt, like we humans can be hurt because we cannot cross to other places, but animals can also be hurt, or plants can be hurt when we put any division between ourselves.
In many cases, a border is an imaginary line between two countries. But in some places in Mexico, it's an actual wall, and you have that in your book, don't you?
Yes, I put a wall in my book because in some places between Mexico and the United States there is a wall. Sometimes there are fences, and sometimes there are people who won't let you cross if you don't have the permission to come through. As you might imagine, animals don't have those permissions. They don't know that they have to ask for those permissions. Plants don't know that they can ask for those permissions. And sometimes when we want to build walls, we end up breaking up our environment, breaking up the forest or the desert or the land that where that wall is built. But sometimes walls are things like they are not like material. Sometimes we have walls when we don't want to meet other people, when we don't want to get together with someone else, when we don't want to work together. That's also a wall. When we are afraid of meeting someone new, maybe we have a wall. And I always wonder what will happen if there were no walls, and then we could approach little by little to other places and other people and get to know each other.
Yuyi, you created this book, both the words and the illustrations, and they're beautiful illustrations. What was your inspiration for these illustrations?
Well, I actually went to the Sonoran Desert. I visited Arizona and New Mexico, and a friend took me to beautiful places in the desert where I could take pictures of the ground, of the plants, and some of the animals that I saw. And then I also went to the border. Like I said, I found a wall between Mexico and the United States, and I took pictures of this wall. I took pictures of the materials that this wall was made of, like concrete and metal. And I took pictures and I used them and put them inside of my computer. And with that, I painted the wall and the that you see there in the book. But you know what I also did? I took a picture of the arm of a baby. This baby was with her mother at an immigrant shelter in Mexico. And they let me take that picture so that I could use it also to create the color and the texture that I put in the skin of the children that you see in Bright Star.
Do you know where the baby is now?
That baby was with her mother waiting to be called to go into the United States Immigration Office to see if she could come into the United States. I don't know if they got it. Those permissions are really, really, really difficult to get. But her mother was trying to enter with the baby into the United States. And if everything went well, she is already in the United States.
Someday, she may be reading your book, and someone will tell her that her hand was the inspiration for your drawing in this book.
Yes, because I hope that they let her know that she is also the inspiration for the story. Because I hope that anybody that's going to a different place to live, looking for the things that they need, that they will be welcome into those places. So if she ever reads my book, I hope that she knows children like her are the inspiration for the story of Bright Star.
There are many Spanish words in this book, but there's also a Spanish version of this book.
Yes, Rocco, and I love Spanish just as much as I love English. So I always like to put both words in English and Spanish in my books. We have a word that says mira. Mira means look.
Mira, look.
Yes, look. Now there is another word, and that's vámonos. And that means let's go. Can you say that?
Vámonos, let's go.
That's perfect, Rocco. So there is another very, very important word here. There are actually two words, and it is te amo. You know what that means, Rocco?
What does it mean?
Te amo means I love you.
Te amo.
Yes, that's right. That's how you say. You say te amo, I love you.
Yuyi has a song that you would like to play for us. And viewers can come up with lyrics for the song too. Right, Yuyi?
Yes, we can do it all together to let Benedita know that she is not alone, and that we will accompany her in her journey, and that we have words for her so that she can be well. I was wondering if maybe there is something that you think that you would like to tell Benedita.
I would tell her to not be afraid.
So here we go, and we say, Hermosa Benedita, hermosa Benedita, beautiful Benedita, beautiful little dear. Now we are gonna say your words, Rocco. Be brave, Benedita, be brave, Benedita. Sé valiente, Benedita, sé valiente, little dear. What else do you want to say to Benedita?
Be strong.
Be strong, Benedita, be strong, Benedita. Sé fuerte, Benedita, sé fuerte, little dear.
Be happy.
Be happy, Benedita, be happy, Benedita. Sé feliz, Benedita, sé feliz, little dear. There is something else I want to tell to Benedita. Say what you feel, Benedita, say what you feel, Benedita. Di lo que sientes, Benedita, di lo que sientes, little dear. I want to say something else. Let's go together, Benedita, let's go together, Benedita. Vamos juntas, Benedita, vamos juntas, little dear. And you know what, Rocco? Sometimes things hurt. Sometimes things happen. sad or that make us hurt. So I want to say something else to Benedita. Escucha, listen, a secret for you. No estás sola, Benedita, no estás sola, Benedita. You are not alone, Benedita, you are not alone, little dear. We are with you, Benedita, we are with you, Benedita. Estamos contigo, Benedita, estamos contigo, little dear. Estrellita en el corazón, lucerito en el corazón, bright star inside our hearts.
You also can add words to this song, and we would like you to tell us what those words are in the comments.
You can say them also in English, but you can say them in Spanish or in any language that you want.
You can find more activities on the Bright Star Lucero website page.
You are all bright stars.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Yuyi.
Thank you so much, Rocco, and thank you to all the children who watched this video today.
And remember, until next time, read a book in any format.